Some to make up all the fun that came from those love days. Hey everybody, just waiting until everybody joins. I'm here jamming to Anita Baker. And all I wanna do is keep on loving you. I want the same old love. I know I'm not the only procrastinator today. I know it's short notice. I'm trying to adjust my screen here. Just send come on in the room. I want the same old love and baby. And all I wanna do is share my life with you. I want the same old love. Alright, let me turn this down. I'm going to go ahead and get started. I wanted to do a scope because today I am procrastinating like crazy. I have all this creative energy, but I can't seem to focus. And I know I'm not the only one who feels this way. Everybody gets up and you're like, okay, Monday, ready, set, go. I got things to do. I got to do this. I got to do that, X, Y, Z. And you get up, you get dressed, you get started, and you're like, okay, now what? And that's kind of how I'm feeling right now. And I've come to realize that when I get like this, when I'm procrastinating, it's usually because I have a lot on my plate. And I get overwhelmed. And when I get like that, my brain will shut down. So usually when you're procrastinating, it's one or two reasons. And it's your mind is telling you it's too much. You got too much on your plate. You need to slow down. You need to reassess what it is that you're trying to do, what it is that you have planned. I'm just going to turn this down a little bit. What it is that you have planned, what you're trying to do. You need to rethink it. You also need to change your approach on things. How big is it? Is it something that you really want to do? Maybe it's not something that you want to do. So you need to assess that. If it's not something you want to do, put it to the side. Another thing is sometimes when you procrastinate, it's not a bad thing because maybe you don't have all the pieces. Everybody thinks that as soon as you have a goal, you got to plan it and you got to do this and boom, you got to just go, go, go. But that's not always the case. Sometimes you don't have everything that you need in order to progress to the next step. So it's okay to have one little piece of the puzzle and just sit on it and just wait. Stare at it, look at it, play around with it. It's okay to do that. Because what happens when you sit and wait, the ideas will come to you. The creative energy will flow and come to you. There was an article that I found online, and I'm just going to read this to you. And it says, Adam Grant, in his book Originals, observes that The Last Supper was a work in progress. It was an idea for 15 long years. Leonardo da Vinci would often think about the construction of the painting while working on other projects, but it took him 15 years to get the perfect framework and then begin the painting. So if The Last Supper took 15 years to get done, and we all know what The Last Supper is, and we all know what that painting looks like. If it took 15 years to get that done, what makes you think that you're going to get everything that you need to get done in that particular amount of time, or whatever amount of time that you have set? If his great work of art took him 15 years, he had to do a little bit and then go back and think about it. Do something else and then go back to it. Do something else and then go back to it. There is absolutely nothing wrong with that. That's when procrastination works to your best interest, because you're allowing the framework or the art to progress. You're allowing your thoughts to progress. You're allowing whatever goal that you set to progress. So if you allow procrastination to work in your favor, not against, work in your favor, and you're doing a little bit at a time, you're taking that piece and you're working with it and you're trying to figure things out and you're writing your ideas as you come, and then you go do something else and then you come back to it, you're working to your favor, and that's a good thing. Another thing with procrastination is you have to let the energy flow. Like right now, all day long I have been listening to old school music, Anita Baker, Freddie Jackson, New Edition, and I'm just really enjoying myself because the creative energy and juices is flowing. I have tons of stuff that I need to be doing, but I can't, like I said earlier, I can't focus. So I'm allowing this time of procrastination to be my time of energy to let those creative juices flow. So I'm just going to show you what I've been doing this morning. Basically, I have been writing in my notebook, page after page, if you can see. And I've kind of like highlighted stuff that I need to come back to. I don't know if you can see all this. I highlighted stuff that I need to come back to, because I'm just basically writing stuff down right now because I can't focus on anything. I can't do one thing. And when you have a creative mind like that, that happens. So anybody who knows me knows that once I get started and I start implementing some of these things I wrote down, there is no stopping me. So if you are in the Maximize Your Zone community on Facebook, y'all better get ready, because after today, ain't no telling what's going to come. Y'all might get hit with a whole bunch of challenges and everything else. But for today, I'm allowing my procrastination to fuel me, to fuel my creativity. And I'm going to give you an analogy on that. Is like, you know how when a toddler is extremely tired and you know they're tired, it's time for their nap, but they don't want to go to sleep. So they just run around, and they're doing this, and they into every single thing. They're touching the radio, they're touching the TV, they're going, grabbing toys and dropping that and going picking something else, because they are trying to avoid the ultimate task, which is taking that nap, until finally they just drop dead and they're done, their sleep knocked out, task completed. That's what procrastination is to the adult. You are doing everything you're not supposed to be doing. You're doing this, doing that, grabbing this, reading that, going to eat this, going to go there, doing all these different things instead of doing the task at hand. So when that happens, allow that time when you're doing this and doing that. Make sure it's something that that aligns with what you're ultimately supposed to be doing. So say, for example, for me, I'm working on my next webinar. So I'm supposed to be getting the information together and details for my webinar. But instead, I'm listening to music. I'm looking up different articles. I've done everything but. But the thing about it is, instead of working on a webinar, I'm working on things that is going to go into the webinar. So the articles that I'm reading, talking about procrastination, are going to be details, and I'm going to be highlighting that's in the webinar. The music that I'm listening to is going to be some of the things I'm going to be highlighting in the webinar. Things to get you on track, things to get you motivated. So whenever you're procrastinating, make sure you're procrastinating and you're doing stuff that is eventually going to help you. Like I said, I wrote down pages of stuff, of ideas that I'm going to use later that's going to help me in the webinar and also help me going forward in my Maximize Your Zone community. So that's kind of pretty much all I had. I just had those kind of quick tips because as I'm sitting here doing this, I'm like, somebody could use this, because there's somebody out there that is procrastinating and not doing anything at all and doing something totally opposite, and going to wake up tomorrow and be like, oh my God, I just lost the day. What am I going to do? Oh my God. But that doesn't have to be the case. You can use procrastination to help you, to fuel you, wear out that energy. And another thing is, operate in your peak times. Usually early mornings are my peak time, and I failed to do that. I decided to sleep in this morning. So right now I'm feeling kind of behind. So I'm like, okay, I can't catch up to what I would normally have done. So I'm just kind of doing whatever. But use your productivity peak times to fuel you, and use procrastination to help move you forward instead of lagging and leaving it behind. I know a lot of people say that procrastination is so bad, it's so bad. Yes, it is. You should not procrastinate all the time. It's okay to procrastinate sometimes because, again, it's your mind and your body telling you to slow down. This is too much. I can't take it. I can't keep up with what you're trying to do. So allow that time to happen. Allow yourself to be like, okay, I'm just going to decompress and watch TV, listen to the radio, read this urban fiction novel, or, whatever it is that you like to do in your spare time. Go ahead and do that. But you have to remember, that's only for a short temporary time. Procrastination is only for a short temporary time. You have to get back on the horse and you have to go. So allow that time that you're giving yourself to decompress, to re-energize, to rest. Do whatever it is you need to do so that when it's time to get back on the horse, you get back on full speed ahead. So hopefully that helps. If you are in the Maximize Your Zone community, thank you for joining. If you're not, you need to join. You need to go on Facebook, because I know you're on there, because if you are a business owner, if you are a blogger, or whatever the case may be, I know you're on Facebook. So you need to go ahead and join the group. Just look up Maximize Your Zone, click join, and I will let you in. And in the meantime, I'm going to maybe try and come back and do another scope, maybe later today. I don't know. We'll see. If not, I definitely will be back Monday, because I'm going to start doing Max Mondays, where I'm going to be offering you Maximize Your Zone tips every Monday. So until next time, I will see you later. Bye.